Hi, I'm the Scrub and you're here for one reason. So we have to deal with La Habrea. Again. How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man? Well, wherever there's such devastation, he's always bound to be there. Yeah, Totaro. Sure, I can help you find your carbuncle. What kind was it? Ruby? Sapphire? Emer... Yeah, don't worry, I think I found it. Time to learn about Abyssos, the fifth circle. Simplified. When you zone in, there will be spikes around the outside of the arena. Touching these spikes is not a suitable substitution for acupuncture. The proto-carbuncle will move to one of the corners of the arena and cast Searing Ray. This will be an arena-wide straight-line AoE to the open area of the arena. The only safe spot for this mechanic is behind the carbuncle. Getting hit by this will give you a hard hit and a Von stack. Ruby Glow is a room-wide AoE that will create a series of reddish walls around the arena. The first cast will divide the arena in half from corner to corner. The proto-carbuncle will then repeat its movement and cast another Searing Ray. When this goes off, the AoE will bounce off the wall and be reflected back in the direction it came from. So for this Searing Ray, you'll want to stand on the other side of the wall to be safe from the hit. If you get hit by this, you'll get 2 Von stacks instead of 1 due to the reflecting AoE. Crunch is a tank buster. The cast of Topaz Stones will spawn in 4 yellow crystals around the arena. They will all get a small AoE where they are placed. If you get hit by them, you'll get a Von stack. Just steer clear of them to avoid the hit. The next cast of Ruby Glow will create the walls around the arena, but this time it will divide the arena into quarters. The carbuncle will cast Topaz Stones again. It will put the stones on the inside walls of the arena, which will be predominantly in one of the quadrants. You'll just need to get to a quadrant that doesn't have a yellow crystal in it to avoid the hits. If you do get hit by this, you'll only get 1 Von stack, but you'll be hit by the damage 3 times. Sonic Howl is a room-wide AoE. After another Searing Ray, a tank buster, and a room-wide AoE, the carbuncle will begin to glow red and move to the middle of the room. It will then cast Acidic Slaver. This will cause everyone to be down for the count and a cutscene will play. When you regain control of your character, the wall will now be a poison lake, but it will still be the same outcome of a terrible substitute for acupuncture. Mechanics will begin to repeat from here with a few upgrades. The first mechanic after the cutscene is a Ruby Glow that will have 3 Topaz Stones instead of 2, so you'll need to get to the only safe quadrant to dodge the attack. The tank buster is now upgraded to Toxic Crunch, which will give an additional unassumable 15-second poison dot tick with the hit. Venom Squall will be the following mechanics. 4 players will drop an AoE at their feet, then everyone will get a point-blank AoE over their head. So everyone will need to bunch up as much as possible to group up all of the AoEs that will be dropped on the ground first, and then spread out as best you can and avoid overlapping the point-blank AoEs. If you get hit by an AoE that spawns underneath the player, you'll get a Von stack. And when the point-blank AoEs go off, one player will get a stack marker. Group up to share the damage. The next cast of Topaz Stones will be 1 yellow crystal and 3 green crystals. These green crystals will be dripping with poison as the AoE underneath them will linger, grow larger, and turn into a poison puddle. Walking through this puddle will give you a 15-second unassumable debuff of Toxicosis. As these start to get bigger, the tank will get a tank buster. From this point, every cast of Topaz Stones will come with at least 1 green crystal. After this, the carbuncle will perform Starving Stampede. This mechanic will only happen once in the fight, but it is important to get right. The boss will start with a red marker of Gnashing Teeth. There will be 5 blue indicators that will appear around the arena, with one of them being underneath the red Gnashing Teeth marker. The teeth marker will move from one blue indicator to the next in a pattern around the outside of the arena and finishing in the middle. Do not move into the middle of the arena. Instead, you'll need to stand where the marker finished moving around the outside of the arena and stand here for what comes next. The carbuncle will then jump to each indicator in the same order that the Gnashing Teeth marker went. It will create a large AoE as it lands on each indicator as it jumps around the arena. You'll need to move from the final outside spot into the corner where the first AoE goes off. This will mean that you'll be safe from the other AoEs that will be going off. If you get hit by an AoE, it will stun you in place with down for the count for 12 seconds and you'll be unable to move for what comes next. After it has finished performing the jumps, if it has hit anyone, it will pick up the hit players and pull them into its mouth. It will then create an AoE around the arena and spit them out. These players will fall onto this unavoidable AoE and instantly take 10 million damage. This also goes through any invulnerability, so try your best and dodge the Starving Stampede AoEs as best you can. When the boss creates the next set of Ruby Glow walls with 4 quadrants, the carbuncle will cast Topaz Cluster. This will spawn in a yellow crystal one at a time into each quadrant around the arena. Just stand in one of the quadrants where a crystal spawns in 3rd or 4th and move into the first AoE after it goes off to dodge the rest of the mechanic and the Von stacks. From here, mechanics will overlap and repeat until it has been defeated. Congratulations, you have completed the 5th circle. My name is the Scrub. Thank you for watching.